Hello, this is Asin Law Office. Today, I'll explain why hiring a lawyer is crucial if you're facing a fraud investigation at the Seoul Dongdaemun police station. Unlike a simple failure to repay a debt, the core of a fraud case is whether you intended to deceive from the very beginning. How this element of intent is framed can completely change the nature of your case. During the investigation, you'll be asked about the contract details, the flow of funds, the promises you made, and your ability to repay. Even a statement like, "I intended to pay it back, but my situation changed," can be interpreted differently depending on its context. It could easily be twisted to mean you had no intention of paying from the start. That's why it's essential to organize all the facts chronologically before you give any statement. Fraud cases don't just end with criminal proceedings. They can lead to civil lawsuits for damages, provisional seizures of assets, property inquiries, and even compulsory enforcement. What you admit in the criminal case can broaden the scope of your civil liability. That's why we don't treat criminal and civil cases as separate. We see them as one continuous process. From the initial investigation stage, we consider your financial situation, the possibility of a settlement, and the risk of asset seizure all at once. When you come for a consultation, we first classify your case. We examine whether it's a simple business dispute, an investment agreement, or a recurring pattern. Based on deposit records, messages, contracts, and call logs, we identify the key legal issues. Only then do we decide whether to take on the case. We'll be honest if we believe it's better for you not to hire us. For the cases we do take, we clearly define our scope of responsibility, which includes accompanying you to the investigation, submitting legal opinions, and handling any subsequent trials. We focus on the structure of the case itself, not on inflating it for a success fee. If your case involves a real estate contract, we also review the contract structure and property rights. Using my qualification as a licensed real estate agent, I can analyze the transaction structure to assess both criminal liability and civil risks simultaneously. Even if immigration or administrative issues are involved, we don't look at the criminal aspect in isolation, because a single statement can affect multiple legal proceedings. Our guiding principle since 2009 has been to design a strategy from the investigation stage by predicting the final outcome. Since opening in 2014, we've maintained a record free of disputes over case handling or fees, because we explain the real risks instead of making exaggerated promises. We prepare every case with the mindset that it could go to court tomorrow. Ultimately, the reason hiring a lawyer is so advantageous is that we can structurally manage the investigation record. That record determines whether you'll be indicted and dictates all future proceedings. At Asin Law Office, we handle criminal, civil, family, real estate, and administrative law with this comprehensive approach. If you need a consultation, please refer to the description below this video. Your likes and subscriptions help us provide more detailed legal advice. Thank you.